Hello, fellow translators. Oh, my voice is breaking a bit. Hello, fellow translators. So today, my issue that I'm going to talk about and possibly rant a little bit about, I don't think so, but that I'm definitely going to talk about is what we do, the main thing we do. So let me talk about what I do. As you know, I have a small translation agency that I always say it's small just because, anyway, I've mentioned before why I say it's small or boutique. But anyway, I have a translation agency and so I'm trying to grow that, and that's my business. I also do translations myself. I actually have two clients that I still do translations for. Actually, can do anyway. I have some clients that are kind of grandfathered in that I do translations for myself, and I keep doing those translations, and I keep active at it. And there's a big reason for this. It's I like keeping my foot in the translation boat, so to speak. I really want to keep up my skill as a translator and make sure I keep going and I'm still able to be a translator and to do what I'm supposed to do as a translator. I'd feel like a hypocrite if I were spending all my time being an agency and didn't still have, a foot in the trenches, so to speak. So why do I mention this? What do you care? Well, I mention this because sometimes we forget that we are translators, and that's an important thing. And I think all of us should sort of keep this in mind. Because many times, like on these videos, I'll be talking about how to market yourself, how to come off better here, some little tricks you can do to get noted by the client, or how to network here or there, or whatever it might be. And we do a lot of this. We do a lot of the marketing, worry about SEO, about active and passive marketing. If you've taken my course, you know what I mean by that. And then, or different things you can do to catch the client's eye and to have them reply back to you, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact is, if you're not doing good translations, then all of that doesn't matter at all. Because what you'll do is maybe you'll be very good at marketing and they'll hire you, but after you've done one translation for them, they're like, okay, that's it. I don't want to, deal with this person anymore. So actually being good at translating, it turns out, is pretty good for your job if you're a translator. So, and that's something that we should never lose track of. While we keep thinking about marketing and finding ways to find new clients and all that stuff, we shouldn't lose track of the fact that we are translators and that we need to keep honing our skill and keep getting better at being a translator and keep working on it, keep improving on it, because that never stops. We keep working on it all the time. And I think it's very important to keep in mind. And that's why also when I talk about marketing, generally I really try to concentrate on finding those first clients and then using those clients to get ratings or reviews. Because as long as you do good translation, then you just need to get those first clients, and then you get good reviews, you get good ratings from those clients, and those help you get future clients. You get referrals from those clients and stuff like that. And like for me, like every now and then I'll get a referral. Someone will say, "Oh, you were recommended by so and so," or someone will send me an email say, "Oh, I'm sending your information to so and so to do a translation," and these are recommendations from old clients, and that it tells me that I'm doing something right because they're obviously happy enough with my translation that they're recommending me to new people. And anyway, so it's something we talk a lot about marketing. We talk a lot about getting our name out there, getting our voices out there, getting known, and all that. But we should never lose track of the fact that we are translators, and we need to keep honing our skill. We need to keep finding ways to keep translating and keep, even when we're not translating per se, just to keep up with the skill. And I'll talk about in another video about intersecting like the stuff you love, your passion with translation, with what you do. And I'll do another video because it deserves its own video. But yeah, that's a lot of it. You want to find a way to, you can only keep doing this all the time over and over again if you like what you do. And I mean, well, no, not necessarily. You could hate what you do and still do it, and plenty of people do that. Like, you look at people who are employed in 9-to-5 jobs in corporate, yeah. But for us who are freelancers, it's more of we have to push ourselves to keep going, and so it's a lot easier, so much easier, so much smoother if we can actually like what we do. And but that's not to say, look, I do mostly legal translations, financial translations. It's not like in my spare time I love looking at legal documents and finding ways to translate them. Or I love looking at financials and being like, oh, I'll just translate that for fun. Of course not. No one does that. And so that's why I talk about you need to intersect what you love with what you do. And it's not always, you're not always going to love exactly what you do. Anyway, like I said, I'll get into that in another video. But What you need to worry about now for this video is to make sure that you keep translating and that you do concentrate on translation and make sure that your skill as a translator is up to par. Unfortunately, I'd love to do more videos about translations. I've done a couple videos on general translation things, but with all the hundreds of languages that there are out there, plus with all the combinations, because we're translating from one language to another, that's the number of languages squared basically. There's no way to cover all that. There are too many language combinations to deal with. So it's hard to do. If I were just dealing only with like Italian to English translation, then I could talk about some methods for making it better, for honing your skills on doing Italian to English translations. But unfortunately, there are too many combinations that each of you is going to have to find their own way, their own things to do, their own ways to keep it up. And I'll cover a bit of those actually in that next video where I'll talk about your passion and stuff like that. But just make sure that you don't forget that you're not a marketer, you're not a networker, you're not someone who concentrates on SEO or any of those things, but you are a translator, and that's your main thing, and that should be your main thing. Even if sometimes it seems like, especially at the beginning, that you're doing more marketing than translation because you're finding your first clients. That's never the goal. The goal will always be to be doing translation, and it's just something to keep in mind. I feel like it's a general reminder that I should be giving once every like 3 months or so, because all these videos so often cover other things. But yeah, this is just your regular reminder that you are a translator, and so keep on translating. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savedum.